So the question was asked on how to work efficiently between the Adobe applications. I have Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, and InDesign open on my computer. If I have a design that I'm working on in Illustrator, one of the ways to open this design, and bring it into Photoshop is just to simply drag. You can certainly go to File, Save it as a format that is compatible with Adobe Photoshop. Considering this is a vector shape, we want to make sure that it opens in Photoshop, which is a raster-based program. So I'd have to save this design as a raster file, like a PNG or a JPEG. The other way of doing it is just simply to drag. I can select this entire design and I can drag it into an open document in Photoshop, and that will allow me to place it. Notice that when I drag it, it's dragged into the open application, Photoshop in this example, in the size that it was designed in. So if I want to scale this, in Photoshop, I'd have to go to Edit, Transform, Scale, and that will allow me to scale the shape. Seeing as though it's a vector shape, it will enlarge without any problem, loss in pixels and so forth. But keep in mind, this is now a raster graphic in Photoshop. If I'm doing a page layout in InDesign, and it takes a couple of seconds to open up in InDesign, notice that when you drag it over, it allows you to place it just as if you were to have an image box and then place it in from there. If you want to drag something from Photoshop, for example, this is a raster image, you can do the same thing into Illustrator or InDesign. But keep in mind, because this is a raster graphic, open it up in Illustrator, you're going to see all the pixels and so forth. So that's how to effectively work between the three applications, Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, and InDesign. I also wanted to open up Bridge just to show you, give you an example here. Adobe Bridge is a powerful tool to organize all your files on your workspace. In fact, here's the image. Now I can simply right-click and I can open it up with Photoshop, which is the default program for a raster file, or I can open it in Illustrator, and again it would convert it and so forth. You can't really open that up into a page layout program like InDesign. You would have to first go to the take an image box and then place the image from there. So that's how to open it up in InDesign. But Adobe Bridge is very powerful, and I encourage everyone to at least try it. And it's a good way of visually seeing all of your files, whatever the location is. And you can actually edit the metadata, which is one of the powerful tools of Bridge, to include any specifics on who took the image, where you got it from, and the size and the date and so forth. So hopefully this clarifies how the working environment is done between the applications within Adobe Creative Suite.